Today is June 16th, 2016, back with the StocksToTrade end of day recap. So the most interesting stock was MGT for the day. If you kind of jump back to the longer term chart, just as a refresher, this is the John McAfee cybersecurity, now Bitcoin play. About a month ago, it had gone from 50 cents to almost $6. And then since then, it's just kind of been range bound. But so much bashing everywhere. McAfee is kind of a loose cannon. And so it just seems to really be collecting shorts every day. And when you get a stock that just will not break down, there's a good chance that it can really squeeze and really start to punish those shorts. So that was something we kind of recognized early this morning, in that it had some decent volume, was holding that 320, 330 level, and I think that's roughly when we posted the chart. Now, it did pull a little bit into the open, but then held that 3 level, which had been trying to get through for several days. And once that resistance, the upside resistance gets broke through, it will typically then become support. So it broke through that yesterday, pulled back, bounced off that, and then you got a nice rip after that right out of the gate. So had you kind of taken that little bit of a dip in the open, could have had a real nice trade. And then it got pretty choppy, but ground all day, up, and again was a solid hold. Kind of hit the highs of the day a couple times. Then, you got a little bit of a scary moment when Seeking Alpha hit piece came out. You can see that on your chart here in your news. And then, it pulled right there, kind of gained a little bit, and then faded into the close. So biggest thing would be probably would have been taking that kind of little bit of dip into the open and just a quick trade. And then now the idea is anytime that 3 level it gets hit, that would be a potential buy point. And then also I would look at the breakout level. If it can make new highs, especially tomorrow, it's a Friday. If there's volume, if shorts really start getting squeezed, this thing could really get going again. So really a solid play. Never really a solid short. It just kind of was really the best play was to buy that wash in the open and then ride it up through the day and now look for those new levels. Another BSPM, which was a low float stock. You can see that going back a couple days, this 530 level was kind of the support level. You can see it broke through that this morning, pulled back, had some news. I won't dig into that news, but if you fire up StocksToTrade, you can see it. We got our ticker right there. It then bounced off that 530 level and was a solid push, for $1 plus off that support level, but then faded into the close. But you can see this line here, this 530 support level still held. So if it can maintain that tomorrow, I think there's a very solid potential for this to run. Now, keep in mind, this has come a long way. Again, 2 weeks ago, this was a $1.50 stock. So trade this with extreme caution. But if it can, you can see this 530 level all the way across this chart. If it holds that, there's a good chance that this thing could really get running. But if it fails that level, do not try and buy. If you do have a position, cut it. Because, again, this thing is up so much. Last one was a higher cap stock. This was a Investors Beware stock sweeper. They write a lot of hit pieces on stocks they're short. Yesterday, they basically, let me get you a 1 day or 2 day chart and we can see that. They had issued their alert and it pulled pretty quickly on that alert here early, but then ground up and really squeezed everybody that chased that. So what you got to do, a lot of, especially with these hit piece writers, recognize when they hold, okay? It will work. You can chase these shorts sometimes, but if once it regained that level, in that 1620 area. I mean, this thing was up all day, and so it was a solid buy off that hit piece fail. And then today, you can kind of see you got some fading momentum, fading price. It now became a solid short. So big thing is keep in mind on these hit pieces. And when I say hit piece, we discuss this a lot in StocksToTrade Pro. That's basically a negative article, typically written by short sellers trying to push the price down. And the big thing to keep in mind is when those hit pieces work, usually they work. When they don't work, you're typically going to see a squeeze up because everybody tries to chase those. So, but then, as I mentioned today, a pretty solid fade. It closed on the low of days. Could be a continuation of the downside. So possible short sell tomorrow. VMEM, whoops, I typed that wrong. Give me 1 second. I typed it wrong a couple times today. It's VMEM. I keep trying to type VMEM. So VMEM. Big momentum on this. Broke through that dollar level, shot up from there, held support all day. It's a decent chart. It's tough to kind of see this one coming, other than spotting the SEC filing that they had out. But this is one we're looking to hold that one support and potentially buy once it breaks through that level in the 110 to 115. So lots of kind of mixed longs and shorts today, but keep in mind tomorrow is usually a good day for short squeezes, and if these things hold support, they can be solid buys. So thanks a lot. We'll see you tomorrow.